We gather to pass judgment on Martin, who caused the cataclysm of Lorcana. Are the defense and prosecution ready?
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready.
Very well. Prosecution, you may debrief the viewers.
We would like to present this video as evidence to the court. As we can see it all from here, the defendant is unlocking the lore book and unleashing the flood. There is no denying this.
This does seem pretty cut and dry. Defense, anything to dispute this?
Since the first chapter, I've been hard on the case of who or what was behind the cataclysm. With the flood granting a huge power buff to Glimmers, it stands to reason that a Glimmer would want to use this mixed ink to gain powers. And with the evidence that I've gathered from these first two sets of Lorcana, I feel like I have a strong enough case to conclude that Ursula is our main suspect. As mentioned, we see our defendant unlocking this book and starting the cataclysmic flood that has wrought so much destruction on the Illuminary. However, notice that this room is covered in these pink strands of seaweed that we later see scattered about the Illuminary in several cards.
Objection! This still proves that Martin caused the flood, and therefore he should be the one facing judgment for the cataclysm.
Objection! While the prosecution is correct that Martin is the direct cause of the cataclysm and will have to answer for his actions at some point, the defense feels it has enough evidence to suspect that Martin did this unknowingly at the behest of the Sea Witch Ursula. As you can see later in this video, before Martin saves Venturo, he was reaching for this trident.
Oh, I do see the trident there.
There were a number of items that floated by. He could have been reaching at anything for his own gain.
Why then are we given such a specific angle of the trident? Also, if we check her story star, Ursula is known to have been wanting this trident in order to overthrow Triton, a piece of lore she desires above all else.
He does make a good point.
However, that is not nearly enough evidence to conclusively prove Ursula's involvement.
Unfortunately for you, I do have evidence.
You what?
We have her orb seen here in the Hall of Lorcana, and we have cards for her cauldron, necklace, fishbone quill, and the contract. We have her lackey sneaking around Ariel's grotto, and as we've seen, she even has another card herself coming in the next set. Her influence is all over the place. You can't deny she has a hand in all this.
But Lebrum, that's all circumstantial.
You can't deny that it's at least a little suspicious that she had such a large presence, though.
Unfortunately, the prosecution is right. Unless you can prove the direct connection of all this lore, you may be chasing after a bunch of red flounders.
It's red herrings, Your Honor.
Hold it! I have a statement from one of Ursula's lackeys that she's up to something!
What?
Your Honor, the defense moves that my client has been manipulated by the Sea Witch Ursula. At the very least, her involvement can't be denied any longer.
This does seem irrefutable. She seems to be involved in some way. I'll give you through the next set to prove the extent of Ursula's involvement. Otherwise, I'll have no choice but to pronounce Martin guilty. Court dismissed.
Thank you for watching, and a huge thank you to Jared from Citizens of Lorcana and B²24 for joining us for this collaboration. Oh, who? Me? Well, we'll keep that a surprise for now. See you next time!